My beautiful Libras, welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I'm just shuffling up right now, getting ready to do your January 2019 readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. I do smoke pot, but it is in the nature of the channel, so feel free to smoke with me. If not to worry. For those that are returning, thank you. And I laugh every time I say that just because you guys... it's just the internet, but I've really been able to connect with some of you people. A lot of the subscribers to this channel are light workers, you know, doing their own God's work, right? I want you guys to see I got some like smudging happening, some like hurt. It's beautiful. The energy is beautiful. So yeah, I really, I don't know if you guys read the comments, be up in the comments. I read all the comments. Each and every single one. I might not reply to them all, but I read each and every single one. I'm like that. I want to know what's being said about my shit. And I also want to interact with all of you. But some people have been going through some very, very heavy stuff. And when I say very, I mean very. And then being vulnerable enough to seek that support here. You know, and it's crazy to see people just swarm in, fellow light workers swarm in and give their love and their light and their support to people they don't even know, just like I'm doing here with you. So I thank you guys. I really do. And I thank you, Spirit, for, of course, providing me these messages and you know, supporting the collective. Today, more particularly my Libras, over the time period of January 2019, first reading for their year from me. So please, Spirit, help me provide them with the most necessary messages for their greater good, messages that will help get them through any trials and tribulations that they're going through, any messages that we can provide them regarding their love life, their career, their personal development, any important relationships in their life or coming to their life that we can shed light on. Let's do so at this time, Spirit. Thank you for your unconditional love and support. We're absolutely nothing without you. Amen. All right, Libra. Let's see what's going on for January 2019. 9-card spread, but your overall energy is the Hermit. This is the angel of reflection, okay? This could also be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I think we are going into, not yet. But anyways, regardless of that, this card here shows me a lot of my Libras, who very much outside of earth signs has this energy to them, even though they can be quite extrovert, very sociable, you know, have this side to them where they need to be inward. And they enjoy it and they like it. And if they don't get it, it can get nasty. So I see some of my Libras being in that space or coming out of that space, or Spirit is prompting you for a need to be in that space, especially if you have been serial partying, you know, just you're say, for example, you had a really heavy social life in summer and it hasn't stopped. This might be prompting you that you need to be spending time with self right now, because there's messages that are trying to be downloaded to you that you're not being able to receive because you haven't been in this space for a while. If you have been in this space, it might be prompting you to come out. Otherwise, this could just be a reflection of where you're at right now. So let's get into it, guys. And those that are new, that's my dog Thora. She's in heat right now, really going through it. So she's like, she'll be in and out of scene. Okay. Wow. Energy strong right out of the gate. It's for my Libras, January 2019. Some of you are absolutely at the end of January going through some legal situation, a resolution of a legal situation. whether you've been in litigation, it could be family, marital, employment, who knows. There's a resolution to a legal situation for those that are having any or if it's not a direct resolution, because I do see, yes, there is a resolution, or there could be the sense of resolution, but there's still a need to make a decision with regards to a legal situation. So it's almost like you won, but now you need to settle. Like, you know, you won, but now you need to decide. Like, there's still negotiations. That was just a message I got there. Okay, I'm going to show you guys your spreads. Okay, hope you guys can see that clear. All right. So leaving 2019, this is these energies here are your near past, near present, near past, present, and near future energies. Okay, you've got the Three of Wands, preparation. You've got the World, Angel of Success. You have the Two of Wands, progress. The High Priestess, Angel of Power. The Nine of Pentacles, comfort. The Four of Pentacles, control. Then you have Justice, the Angel of Integrity. You have the Six of Swords, resolution. Then you have the Seven of Cups, choices. This is just your initial spread. I'll do your clarifications with this clarification deck here, which is uprights and reversals. Okay? I just like making my original lay these angel cards. It just keeps the vibes super like elevated. I love it. Anyway, so I'm gonna get into it here. I see a lot of Libras preparing to embark on a new path. Some of you, this could be very well the end of school. I see the completion of an education, and now maybe possibly being in a space of needing to decide where you're going to go, which career path, which internship, possibly which company. This could very well be some of you planning on leaving somewhere where you've worked for a very long time, or being put in a position to decide whether or not you're going to leave somewhere you worked for a very long time to go somewhere else, which to me seems like a new career path or a really huge step up, so it's a no-brainer that you're going to take the new option, but it doesn't make it any easier walking away from where you've been. So I did get that career message right away. Mind you, career-wise, you instinctually know that this opportunity is going to bring a lot of abundance. This new opportunity that you're embarking on might be keeping it kind of secret and private with the High Priestess and the Four of Pentacles here. So it might be a secret to obviously your current employer, or maybe even to your family. With the Knight of Pentacles here, if you are in a relationship, you might be not explaining it to your partner until you get more things ironed out, because you don't want them to be stressed or like get on you or make you any more stressed or nervous than you already are about what's going on. So I do see that energy. Some of my Libras are being kind of secretive, but not in a dark way. By no means do I see it in a dark way. For some of you, the new opportunity might require some travel, or maybe relocation. So I am seeing that with regards to career right off the hop. I did get those messages of career, but with the completion card, with the completion card, the World, and then the Two of Wands, to me, this is like, it's a new opportunity, but this is something you have been planning. So this is a new area you want to embark in, or you just finished school. So it's like it's a completion, but it's like you've been working up to this point for a long time. So that's why you hop straight to the Two of Wands to deciding, which way to go. And then when you choose that way, you put in that work to get that third rod, and then you wait for your ships to come in, right? So there may be a sense of starting a little over, going from the Three of Wands preparation, the world completion, and then back to the Two of Wands. So it's like, it's very interesting energy with regards to career. I see, some big moves happening, career moves that could possibly impact you for, the next 10 years, like a really, really big career move I'm seeing. And it's something that's been in the works. You've been preparing for it. Like I said, whether it was preparing for school to go into the workforce or preparing in the workforce to go to the next level or to make the next step. And somehow this is a completion because there was preparation. So all the preparation you're doing eventually reaches a point where you did enough. You come to fruition, and then boom, opportunity, pick a path. Right? Like pick a way. You prepared for this, here are the options. But it's like there's a sense of it's still, you're standing still. If you know with the Rider-Waite deck, what the Two of Wands looks like, it's very similar to the Three, except for there's a path to choose and there's no movement happening. But with the Three, it's preparation in the sense where you've done the work and now you're waiting for the result, for what you believe or were told or are under the impression is supposed to come in, and it comes in with the completion, the World card. But this isn't just any kind of completion with the Angel of Success on this World card. This is a new path that is going to impact your career for quite a few years to come. Quite a few years. And this will resonate with you if this is something that has been in the making. So I'm just getting that energy here. I am getting the energy with the High Priestess, like I said, the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. You might be keeping that to yourself, doing all of this preparation independently, right? Because you feel like you need to protect the energy. That's why the world might not have happened yet. You want to protect it because you want the success to come in. You don't want anything to mess with your energy. And I do see, with your card, the Justice card here, your energies, you get the success that you're looking for. The new path that you go down creates all of the options that you've wanted in a career, whether it's multiple offers of employment. You might have completed a certification of some kind and, updated or were preparing in some way to market yourself. And then boom, you start getting the options that you've been looking for. Right? You're very close to the Ten of Pentacles. With the Nine of Pentacles here and the Nine and the Four of Pentacles here, it's like you're so close to the Ten of Pentacles, but that isn't changing you from acting stingy, from holding your shit close. And if anything, you're holding your shit close because you instinctually know that you are very close to some kind of next level upgrade financially and in 3D. So I'm getting the impression that that is more of just a reflection of the energy than it is to counsel you in any other direction, because I feel like that's good energy with the Justice. It's like I feel like you should be holding close. I think you should be holding your cards close and not be so willing to give or receive at this time financially until you reach that point. I think you're using your instincts wisely with regards to career, project, and finances. Whatever preparations and plans you're making with regards to those areas are going to come to fruition and in some form or fashion. Like I said, I see a next level, like a next level. Now, this next level might be a step back in some way. So for example, if you have been, an accountant, okay? Maybe that's not a good example. Stop it, Thor, now. If you've been, say, I don't know, say you've been an accountant for the past 4 years, okay, and you worked your way up to, a $70,000 or a $60,000 salary a year, okay? But now you decide that you want to go into graphic design and digital communications. And now you're starting from year one of experience. You're going to have to take a hit, right? But it's so successful. Why? Because yes, you might be taking a $15,000, or $20,000 hit in the first or second year, but you will highly surpass the 60 or 70,000 you were making in 5 years in 2 instead of 5. You might be making that 60 or you might know already because of the industry standards that the new career path you're taking, yes, you might have to take 1 step back, but it's only to take 10 steps forward. So I really do feel really good vibes with regards to career for you guys. If it's not, a career change, then it's definitely a step up. It just might feel really risky. Just know your instincts are telling you this is a risk worth taking. I do see a risk worth taking in career for sure. So yeah. Now there's other messages. That I wanted to get the career one out because it just attacked me. And like again with the Hermit here, wow. With the Hermit here, you are in reflection. You are reflecting on your 3 to 5 year plan. Okay, you're reflecting on what that's going to look like, how abundance is going to develop for you, and tangibly what that looks like the whole vision board theory. Like if you don't create it in your brain and it's not real in your mind, then it can't actually exist to you. It's like not seeing something that's right in front of your face. It's because you don't believe it's there. It's like that kind of thing. So it's like you're reflecting on exactly the way your success and abundance is going to look. And I believe that that's been in the making for some time. And come January, come this new year, it's like, boom, there's traction here now. There's a completion, like I said, whether with school or whether with some kind of change or development. It's like you have now reached the height of a certain area and now you're now going into a new tax bracket. Some of you are going into a new tax bracket. So it's a step up, but technically you're now at the bottom of that tax bracket and you're going to feel the taxes worse than anybody else in your bracket. But do you want to go back to the lower tax bracket? No, you don't, because you worked tooth and nail to get into the tax bracket that you're in. That's what I'm seeing happening. Okay, guys? All right, now, with regard, sorry for the long pause. With regards to love and relationship, I see some of my Libras reaching a crossroads in a relationship. And I see a lot of my Libras instinctually knowing that there are steps that they need to take in order to gain any kind of progress in the relationship they are currently in. Some of you are making preparations superficially because you feel like that is going to bring you progress in relationships if you are single. You are changing, you are doing something. I'm getting the energy. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, I see some of my Libras being at a crossroads, but I also see some of my Libras possibly, if single, feeling like if they do something. Some of my Libras, my single Libras, especially my females, possibly my males too, actually, feel like what they're about to do cosmetically is going to open up doors for them romantically. Okay? And I see that not happening. It's not that it doesn't happen, but it's like it happens, and then you realize that it's just as superficial as the actions you took. But it's a lesson that you'll welcome because it puts you in your form and you move away from that. It's a message for a very, very, very small group. Very, very small group. It actually might even apply to somebody you know. For those Libras that are watching, you might hear this and then you might say that if that's the case, if you know somebody who's going to do this, you hearing this message is indication that you should tell them, like the light worker that you are, that the angel of success, the angel of integrity, and the angel of power all say you are beautiful just the way you are. Okay? Just the way you are. So no need to carve up yourself. Okay? And I do want to take a minute, not to go down this whole rant about this, but, I'm all for freedom of expression. But I feel like we should all be able to be free to express ourselves naturally. Because a lot of people partake in cosmetic procedures and mutilate themselves out of a feeling of not being accepted just the way they are. And that's slavery to me. That's slavery to me. That's lack of freedom. Right? You can't tell God, who handcrafted you just the way you are, with his hands, with his time, with his blood, sweat, and tears, that he didn't do good enough on you. Think about that shit. If that's your friend, go tell them that, man. Anyway. So many little girls out here just mutilating themselves. It's blasphemous, man. Anyway, back to you Libras, more particularly, because I believe that's a small group of Libras, and half of that small group, it's probably your friend. Anyway. But for a lot of my Libras, I am seeing a crossroads, and this could be a crossroads with regards to if you have been dating, serial dating, maybe having sex with multiple people, not to, no judgment there, trust me, like, do you, I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be sexual, even though wands to me are very sexual, spiritual, it's very intense, passionate energy, right? And I'm seeing that for a lot of Libras, a completion of that and ready to embark on a new path, one that is more stable and in control, falls more in line with the angel of integrity, which is the justice card. That's your energy. That's your true beliefs, what you've been instinctually guided to partake in, the kind of relationship you've instinctually been guided to partake in. And I see a lot of my Libras wanting to go into, that could be the simple preparation, is just wanting to go into the new year, new you. And I know a lot of Libras, and when you guys decide to make a change in your life, just like typical air signs, that change happens. and there's not a lot of resistance. And you guys have a great ability to have control when you want to, and then lack control strategically. It's like you'll carve that out for yourself, right? And I'm seeing a lot of my Libras instinctually knowing that it's a time to make a change romantically, but understanding that it's going to require a change in action yourself. Maybe you were looking at it like it was all the men or women you were dating, when really now in the hermit mode, self-reflection, you're realizing you are creating a pattern. And in understanding that pattern, that cycle, you've actually completed it and gained success. For a lot of you Libras, that was the test, right? Not the test, the karmic cycle you completed was understanding that what it is that you truly want and are guided to have, that's going to give you the happiness you deserve, isn't actually the way you're living currently, isn't going to bring that in. So you might be happy but not experiencing the level of happiness that you think you should with what you have. Well, it's probably because it's not falling in line with what you truly want. That's why I said, if you are not reflecting in this mode, this could be a sign that you need to go here. Because if you're realizing you're not happy, if you realize you're not manifesting what it is you truly want, it's probably because you don't know what it is you truly want. So you should probably take some words of advice from the angel of reflection, take some time, and go figure that out. Start with that. So many people are up in other people's business, don't even know they own their own business. Anyway. I'm on one today, guys. I have a bit of a cold. I know I have a cold. I'm still smoking. People be getting at me about, you're allergic. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And all these things. Anyways. Yeah. Whatever. I'm on one. So yeah, it's actually pretty beautiful because, we'll find out with the clarification what this path looks like, because anytime there's change, anytime there's a completion karmically, there's a new. So you go from 10 to 0. And I'm curious, after this completion, what's new, because we go from 0 to 2. So Spirit, can we please get clarification on an ace? What's the ace? Spirit, thank you for this beautiful spread for my Libras. They're such a majestic sign. They're so adaptable, transmutable, and they really have a fierce sense of truth. Do you see that? I said truth, and we got the Ace of Swords. I asked for, where's the ace? Where's the 1? It's right here. It's the truth. The truth embarks you on a completely new journey. And you had the Hermit as your overall energy. You come out, when you go, if you're in it now, you're going to come out with the truth. You might be coming out of the truth now. Of this mode with the truth now. But if you are confused about what it is you want and you're experiencing a lack of abundance, it's because you don't know what you want. Because if you did, you would be able to attack it. When you go into this hermit mode, this self-reflection, this time to really think, okay, you're going to come out with the truth about what it is you really, really want. Spirit, can I please get clarification for this world, this completion that brings my beautiful Libras in so much success, preparations they're taking. We have the 7 of Cups again and the Star. Wow. So again, this really lends to the Libras that have been serial dating, coming out of feeling like there's too many options to choose from, possibly. Some of you, it could be not enough. But it's almost like with this card, with it upright, it's deciding. It's needing to decide, right? The choices, which one to pick. And in this card, you can see there's all these different options inside every cup. So this dude here is trying to figure out, which is the best. But in reverse, it could mean one of two things. It can mean extreme confusion with regards to the situation, where it's almost like I refuse to make a choice because I have no clue. Or I decided, I know exactly which one I want. And with that completion, clarifying that, and this star, it's like you know exactly what you want now. You know exactly what those choices at least should look like, or what should be in those cups. This is a healing time. Again, this is falling in line with what you need to know, what you need to hope for, what you should be asking for. A lot of the times when we're in a dark place, we'll possibly, or not even, sometimes we ask for things that are not in our best interest. Or choosing lifestyles that do not fall in line with what it is that we actually want, and not tying the two together, and then being angry at the universe for not giving us what we want. Meanwhile, the shit don't even fall in line with the way you living. Or vice versa. It's like what you want, what you're wishing for, you don't move like you really want. Like if you're hoping for somebody who hasn't treated you well to come back to you, it's like, do you really want them? Or, that could be employment too. Like, I'm getting the sense a lot of Libras need to take time to figure out exactly what it is that they want. And this crossroads could very well to do with a lot of things. It could be career and romance at the same damn time. Because when this kind of change happens, 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, there is everything around changes. Because if you change careers to this extent, or come out of school and go to the workforce, you are going to meet different people. You're going to be in different parts of your city. Like, your life changes. And then it changes your romantic life. Right? Some of you are instinctually knowing you need to prepare for how your romantic life is going to be impacted by your relationship. By your career. How your romantic life is going to be impacted by your career. And that could mean because you need to relocate. Or it's going to require so much travel that you're barely going to be around. And that's going to highly impact your relationship and have you going from the 9 of Pentacles to the 4 of Pentacles. Within your household and dynamic, it's like it's really going to bring things to a point where you're trying to gain control. Like, you might have control. Some of my Libras might have a lot of control in one area of their life and feeling like they need to gain control over another part. Like, one part of your life could be clear cut right now, in a really stable place, and the other area is not, and it's now starting to affect the stable place. So a crossroads I am seeing for a lot of my Libras in romance and career. Spirit, can I get clarification on this High Priestess, this 9 of Pentacles, this 4 of Pentacles? Actually, sorry, Spirit, can I please get clarification on this 2 of Wands, this progress? Ooh. See? I told you. Some of you are deciding not to be a flighty little slut. Okay? Fucking everything that can walk. Sorry, that's a little harsh, but first of all, the Knight of Wands upright is kind of slutty. Could be, depending on surrounding cards. But in reverse, he's foul. He or she is foul, like straight goods. And deciding, and not foul, I'm sorry, live your best lives. Be free. Okay? This person, this might be too free. And deciding that I now want to upgrade emotionally. Not to say the Knight of Cups is any better, but he's in form and he isn't. He or she, you go from being not in form, realizing this truth, that truth I showed you with the Knight, the Ace of Swords, makes you realize that the way you're behaving, this could be, of course, somebody else, but the way you're behaving is not bringing in the type of people, relationships that you want. It clicks. It clicks. For some of my Libras, you realize the way you're living isn't bringing in what you want. And you completely change form, just like the wind. You go from to, nope, I'm this now. As if you were never this, just like the wind. Like there could be a storm, a tornado ripped everything, and then it's gone, and it was like the weather would indicate like it was never there. That's air people to me. They can go from this to this. Why? Because once the truth strikes them, they'll make the change necessary, and they'll do it swiftly, and they'll do it quietly. But for my Libras that are not taking the time to go into self-reflection and spend that time alone, you might struggle making this change. You might struggle making this change, therefore struggle to get the change in atmosphere, people, place, thing, all that. So I do see a crossroads for many of my Libras. Spirit, yeah, I got the Knight of the King of Wands. I'm going to be honest, I'm not getting a good energy with this. This is cross watchers. I don't know, but I'm getting somebody deciding to be a better player. Someone deciding, stepping up to another level and realizing that they have a real ability to manipulate people. If somebody's been manipulative, flighty, lying, cheatful, some of them, very small group, they're only going to get worse. And they're going to get worse to a different level. Yeah. Spirit, can I get clarification on this High Priestess here? This Nine of Pentacles, this Four of Pentacles. The Moon, that's so, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. But again, things in the dark, secrets, intuition, needing to proceed even though the road isn't fully clear. Needing to use your instincts and your own inner knowledge to proceed through on the path. Okay? Some of you are walking away from a situation instinctually knowing. I see some of you don't have all the facts. Whoa, I got a message. Some of my Libras are leaving a situation all for the simple fact that they've been ignoring how they feel. Wow. And now you can't ignore what you feel. There's no facts. Some of you might instinctually feel like a partner is cheating on you, and you have no facts, and you're leaving anyway. You're not going to ignore what your intuition and how you've been feeling. You're not going to ignore that shit anymore. You don't care. You don't need to sit around waiting for evidence or waiting for confirmation from something your own intuition's been telling you from time. Spirit, can I get clarification on this Justice, please? Again, some of you might be dealing with a hermit, the Virgo, where this could actually be pertaining to the time period, which is There's a full moon coming in no, there is no full moon in Cancer or Virgo this year. It could be with regards to time. You can check. There's many reasons why you might be getting some of these major arcana, but to me, this is straight. You need to self-reflect. Okay? There's a need to look inward because there's truth sitting inside you waiting to be discovered. And you don't have it yet because you haven't gone looking for it yet. And that's what this man does. He or she does. They go looking. And that lantern is not only how they pass through the darkness, okay, in the dark night of the soul that they might have to go in to get that knowledge. It's also indicative that light gets stronger the more they start to learn. And their way out of that dark place gets easier to maneuver out of. And you come out of that yourself. You come out of this being the most genuine reflection of yourself. A lot of you are at a crossroads because you realize you haven't been living honest to who you are. And that could mean anything, man. It's a crossroads of self-reflection. It's a crossroads of self-reflection. I see there's, again, the 4, you know. I see working to be a better version of themselves. Working to release. Some of you might realize that the behavior that you're now, some of you might be realizing that some of the choices that you've made, especially romantically, were deep-rooted in pain. This card to me screams, hurt people, hurt people. Like, those swords, like, I believe he has them, like, because somebody else put them there. It's like a chain effect. They stabbed him. Now he has swords. He's going to stab other people. It's going to be a fucking massacre. The shit's spreading like the plague. Okay? Realizing that maybe you've been, again, contributing to some of the toxicity in your relationships, the negative cycles, and then making that change. Deciding, okay, Libras are looking at their life and saying, okay, this isn't working for me anymore. And I need to make preparations to make a change because I'm ready to go to what I believe the next level is. What instinctually my creator, the prime, has been telling me the next step, next level for me is. Okay? All right, guys, I need to wrap up this reading. I'm going to do... and pull from the Romance Oracle deck because this reading was really blendable. It could have been career because it's a crossroads, and I highly believe that what's going on and the changes that you're making, the preparations and the self-reflection you're doing, it's going to change everything slowly. It's going to be a ripple effect. It really will be. It really, really will be. Okay. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. I told you guys. This hurt people hurt people. Don't just look at how people hurt you. Look at how you hurt them too. You'll learn a lot. Because somehow the broken part of your childhood is perpetuated now. And your karmic cycle is to end that. To end that. Self-reflect and realize that's a karmic cycle. That is negative behavior and energy that was put upon me before I was even put here. But I have the strength and I'm divinely connected to God in a way that is going to allow me with the truth that's already inside me to come out of that shit. Because I don't really want to live like that. It doesn't really even make sense to me, but it irritates me because it's embedded in who I am. But you're out here living a way that isn't conducive to who you are. And you know it now. You know it, and you make the change, and you come out of January a more authentic version of you. The authentic version. There is an ascension happening here for sure. This could be the results of an ascension. You guys could have been, this preparation could have been all the work that you were putting into ascending. Okay? And lastly, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so once you make those changes, let go and let God. Trust that the work you've done on yourself, the decisions you've made that are a better reflection of a reflection of who you are will bring in what you want. But stop begging God and your angels to give you things that you don't even really want. You think you want them because somebody told you, because you see other people wanting these things, like herding fucking cattle to the slaughterhouse. Okay? Figure out what it is you want. And then all of a sudden, proceeding forward doesn't seem so difficult. And the things that you acquire and the achievements that you make actually gratify you, instead of feeling numb and dead all the time. Some of you are coming out of darkness, but it's a numb that was there for a long time. So, my Libras, I'm going to wrap up your reading here. Love and light to you. This is a beautiful reading. This is a time of change. Trust your instincts. And don't be afraid. And while you're going through all this career change and all this love and relationship changes, because I see you may be having to possibly drop many people to pursue a more serious relationship because you want to go down that route. You know, you might be talking to multiple people that you have been for a while, so it might not be easy to cut them off. But making that change, either way, I could keep going on and on and on. Either way, guys, while you're doing all of this, let your inner angels live, please. You know, continue to be the light workers and the spiritual beings that you are. Okay? And don't forget that this is you. This is you. The angel of integrity. Move with integrity. Okay? I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to come with your live reading soon. And yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.